Ed, I've got to ask you about the weekend, Wembley. AJ losing in the fifth round to Dubois. Dubois winning in the fifth round against AJ. A spectacular event on every front, on all fronts. Was a special night.
Yeah, I mean, again, you know, the cushioning of the blow of AJ's defeat was what a night, what a thrill, what a shot in the arm for British boxing. It was much needed, and AJ was the guy to provide that. You know, I keep seeing people say, oh, you know, Dubois was disrespected as champion and this and that. Look, AJ made that happen. Dubois was outstanding, outstanding. And we keep talking about how poor AJ was. Let's give a minute to say how good Daniel Dubois was. He did everything that they planned to do. And AJ did nothing they planned to do, you know? And the first round gets caught by a right hand that would have stopped most heavyweights, gets up, battered in the second round, battered in the third round, holds on for dear life. I don't know how he stayed in the fight. Fourth round, you know, starts to find his legs a little bit, hits Dubois with one or two good shots. Fifth round, you know, you've seen the now infamous corner talk. He's up for it. He's ready to go to the trenches like he did and hurt Dubois, went in for the kill and got chinned in the process. But I said to him, like, you tried to win the fight. Even when you had no legs, you tried to win the fight. And that's called a warrior. So for me, hats off to you, son. You know, I'm more proud of you tonight than I've been in any night of your career, because in the midst of the madness, 98,000 people, and you are struggling to stand up, you're holding on for dear life, but you're still trying to win. That is the real, you know, test of a champion. And you lost tonight. You didn't perform, but you were beaten by the better man, and that's high-level sport.
And in all fairness, AJ said all of those things, not as excuses, just as points of fact. It seems absolutely certain he'll continue. Was there ever any doubt in your mind between the fight ending and speaking with AJ 25 minutes in his dressing room?
You know, I think it's the conversations you have after. You know, like I spoke to his team leading up to the fight, Ben and Lee, and you know, I say to them, be honest, how's camp gone? Because the answer to you and all the media is always, had a great camp, etc. And the answer before the fight was, camp's gone great, sparred brilliant, we'll win this fight, we fancy it early. You know, that was just, and if the answer would have been, not great, hasn't looked very sharp in sparring, you know, got hurt a couple of times, a lot of niggles, then you start to think, well, actually, and then the performance deteriorates, and are we on the slide? For me, the key is how he looks in the gym. Now, if he returns back to the gym in a month's time and doesn't look himself and isn't got his timing in sparring and, you know, does get hurt in sparring, that's actually something you've got to look at. You know, he's very sharp, very bright, AJ. He said to me the other day, you know, I'm so hungry to continue, like, I'm excited. You know, he said, people keep talking about me retiring, blah, blah, blah. And he said to me, but you know, I'm always going to want to fight, don't you? I said, yeah. He says, like, I want to hear from you, and he'll want to hear from other, like, you know, if you ever feel that it's time, don't be afraid to let me know, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? And I said, mate, I'll be the first person to tell you that's enough. But when you've looked as good as you've looked, the camp's gone as well as it has, you've sparred as well as you have, we put it down to a bad performance. And we put it down to a great performance from Daniel Dubois. That's it. And it's the first time he's been involved in a fight like that. It's the first time he's been knocked out. 13 world title fights. And in a weird way, he quite enjoyed the war, you know? And I think he's learned a lot from it and, you know, wants to come back better than ever.
If you were planning an ideal comeback, Ed, what would it be? In an ideal world, what would you do with AJ the next fight or two?
So when you look back at his defeats, we've always jumped straight back in, you know. When he lost to Andy Ruiz, everyone said, whatever you do not fight Ruiz straight away. Come back, have a 10-rounder, blah, blah, blah. AJ went, absolutely no chance. I should have beaten Ruiz. I can beat Ruiz. Let me rematch him. Okay, goes out, wins every round. Usyk, a lot of people saying we shouldn't have fought him in the first place. Look, AJ, you got well beat there. You know, I know it's a shot at the world heavyweight title again, but no, I'm rematching Usyk. Okay, performed much better, but didn't win. Now we feel that we should be beating Daniel Dubois, and we can beat Daniel Dubois. But are you ready to go straight back in with him? You know, we have that option under our contract. I know that His Excellency wants the immediate rematch. Probably February time. Is that too early? You know, is there a spot later? We know that Riyadh season finishes at the end of February, early March. Do we wait for Tyson Fury? If Tyson Fury loses, I think AJ and Fury should have 2 fights and sail off into the sunset. If Tyson Fury wins, he defends against AJ for the unified World Heavyweight Championship. So we get another crack at the title there as well. In AJ's mind, he'll want to go straight back in with Dubois. I know what he's like. But this is a very important decision. And we are, 3 days after the fact? So, as I said to everybody, including His Excellency, chill. Let's just give us a little bit of time. Get the hands checked, get the scans, as AJ does, goes into this big sort of health analysis after every fight, make sure we're 100%, and then make a decision for what will be the closing chapter of your career. You know, I said to him, you've got between 1 and 3 fights left. And the phone went very quiet. And it was the realisation that we're on the home straight. So hopefully the final chapter can be the best yet.